Alright, I'm Anthony Longoria from Team Defiant, and this is our Week 4 art integration video. As usual, we're going to start off with a new game here. So, starting the tutorial, you can see in the background, new houses have been further implemented into the scene. Enemy layouts have also been edited. The player is still undergoing work, which is the main downside to doing these videos in the middle of the week for our team. So you use the first few days to plan and then start implementing it over the rest of the week. As you can see, the player's sword is kind of floating out. Currently I'm facing towards the slimes in my movement, but the player's model rotation begins to become off aligned, I suppose you could say. I'm not sure how to word it. We're going to make our way quickly through here so I can get to the other scenes to show the changes that have been made with the art assets in those. I'm going to cheat the game's system a bit. I'm going to use magic. Take advantage of the current setup. There. So with that, 2 earth slimes, no 3. The 2 earth slimes and 2 gems have been destroyed. So we come over here, there's the box. The messages will inform the player about the box as well. Let's quickly try to finish him and his minions before they finish us. As you can see on the main slime's death, these guys did not make it any easier on the player. I destroyed the poison slime up here in the back. I wouldn't have to worry about being poisoned right now, which is why the screen is a green tint. There we go. So by destroying him, destroy the box, it unlocks this door. This door is one of the things being fixed though right now, as the trigger on this, yes, the trigger for the actual door needs to be set still. So instead we're going to go to the level select, jump into the village. So first things first, you can see the trees have been updated, accidentally clicking, and so have the houses. These are updated, the houses are being updated as it goes on, so some of these will function as intended, such as that. A lot of these are using the different prefabs than what they should be currently, as they were being updated this week as well. I believe this has also been updated, yes. So now the weapons are, the different playstyle weapons are available yet again. I currently cannot afford them to show them off, but each of the weapons has a new model, similar to how this right here is the staff, and this is the sword. There's a new bows, things of that sort for the player. 5 of the houses have teleporters in them, as well, just as before, so that the player can get to each of the levels. The outer field is another scene where the houses have been implemented and updated. We'll make our way across here. I am using magic, so I can cheat this system. So, one boss battle didn't get to show before. The rock wall forms now. He activates. This is the squire. He has 2 different modes of combat. One's the melee and one's the ranged. You kind of ruin it by taking advantage of the magic system, which will be fixed with heavier cooldown times. And I missed the checkpoint, so now I'm all the way back here. Let's try to make our way quickly through this. So the player's animations, their models, all of that is being parented and updated. Some scenes, the texture has been getting tested on for things such as the player's model. So it won't fully be there for some of them. It will come up as a missing material. And I believe 2 of the scenes, if we get that far for this week. We're almost halfway through our time today. So in the back here is another boss didn't show last week. This is the living ore. It activates the same way, but this one activates in the stages. As you get closer, it becomes more and more fleshy, more alive. Let's cheat this one. The best against this, without taking advantage of the system, the player is also blocked in, same as the other boss, would be to use the holy magic, the smite, in order to break those gems that are up at the top more easily. Alright, with that broken, we now have the way free back to go back to the village. Save and exit level. So from here, we would go to the survival dungeon. There were no major art integrations here, just more tweaking to the balance of the level and the flow of it for the player. So next, Hedge Maze 5, which is the hedge boss, the Beholders level, the final boss area, hasn't been heavily updated either. In this scene, there's new nodes that have been integrated, but the main thing I wanted to show was the houses have been added in this scene as well. When the player goes behind them, they can see, and that's what's currently happening in the other scenes as well. Is ensuring that no matter where the player is at or what's in front of them, they can see. Added a shopkeep here, the new scarecrows. These little rampart type objects can actually hurt enemies. If I can show that real quickly. Here's one of them. Chase me. And there you go. It takes 10 damage. Finish him real quickly. So, let's see if I could finish this. There we go. And I died while doing it. So, player gets through this little barricade, killing those enemies. 2 steps. 2 different earth slimes to get all the way through it. Here's the Mega Mimic. Its art asset has been integrated. It's currently being fully implemented for it to activate, and once it does, the portal behind it will be visible once it's destroyed along with its loot. It's a simple switching of a single script. And that's just about all for the most part. A lot of it is a lot more detail oriented than making it seem. It's a few hours worth of changing things and testing. So this scene is also one that's still being worked on. Normally you would have to come over here and kill this entire little goblin encampment to destroy these bone fences that you see surrounding them. They would be blocking the player's path. New goblin models have been added in as well. Over here there would be a large fire elemental. That's currently being read as dead, I believe, which is why there's a older version of Fire Elemental in there, which is something that spawns on death, similar to the Mega Slime. I'm just going to quickly run through this horde of enemies. Show the new area for the one of the bosses. There's a total of 2 row bosses here with a semi-sub-boss. So here is Bone Daddy. It's a sub-boss from another region before, but now it's belonging in the lava mines. And after this is the Golem, the Earthen Golem, who's the final real boss. It's stronger than the Mimic that I just showed, the chest, but it comes before them as well in the original lineup of levels. Okay, let me finish that. So the player would make their way through here, through all these little traps the goblins have set up. It does quite a bit of damage if you don't avoid it. And I'm bad at this part, but once the player is here, they would dash across these, which requires some patience. And I almost saved it, only to ruin it. Jump into the lava. Let's see. So, beyond the integration of the newer levels, well, not newer levels, we've added the houses in. We're checking the triggers for each of them, making sure they're the correct setup so the player can always see. Goes for other assets as well, such as certain walls or gateways. We're ensuring that all the enemies are properly balanced and up to date as they should be, so they're recognized by all of our weapons. We're adding materials and textures to the weapons, the player, and also to the houses, as you saw, are now using the proper materials. The entire game itself, if you were to do a full playthrough, going through the tutorial and then using the village instead of the level select to go to the survival dungeon, the outer field, the lava mine, hedge maze, and hedge maze boss levels, would take the player depending on their skill and knowledge of where enemies are. If they're looking for every single coin and every single enemy, it can be anywhere between maybe 15 and maybe 50 minutes if you were to do everything. But until the finished product comes out in a few days, that is all we have to show for now. Thank you for watching.